Hello everybody. In our previous lecture, we have discussed a point that is objective of finite automata. Okay. Our today's topic of discussion is introduction of finite automata. Okay. FA. Okay. So in our earlier session, we have discussed point that finite automata is used to solve the problems of infinite languages. I want to repeat this particular statement. In our previous lecture, we have discussed point that finite automata is used to solve the problem of infinite languages. And what exactly that problem is, that problem we have already discussed in our previous session. Okay. So if you have not yet gone through our previous session, then please do watch our previous session first, okay, and then proceed with this one. Okay. Now see, always remember one point. Finite automata is mostly related with infinite languages. I am using term mostly. Okay. Sometimes it may be related with finite languages as well, but in most of the cases finite automata is associated with infinite languages. Okay. Now in this session I just want to give you overview of finite automata. Okay. So let us discuss this particular point again with the help of same example. See, intentionally since last 2 to 3 lecture I am taking same example so that your basic must get clear. Okay. So let us take same example. Suppose we are having one alphabet sigma a comma b. Okay, now this time I am not going to consider finite language. Okay, I am just going to consider directly infinite language. So which example we discuss of infinite? Define language that starts with a. Okay, on sigma, where sigma is same, a comma b. Okay, so how we define? Let us use letter L. Okay, starts with a. So as I said earlier, a b, b. Okay, a b b, a b. You can write such infinite string. Okay, so this point we have already discussed in our last session. Okay, now see. Here I just want to draw one diagram. Okay, so don't worry if you initially find any difficulty in understanding this particular diagram, then don't worry, we'll just discuss lots of examples of finite automata. Okay, I think, see, one more point I just want to discuss here is, see, this deterministic finite automata DFA point is actually, this point is having total weightage of 45% in entire TCS subject. Okay, if you want to understand further concepts, then this concept deterministic finite automata must be very clear, and believe me, this point is very difficult for understanding. Okay, so that's why what I will just suggest you to just clear your basics. Okay, and then proceed further. Okay, so now this is our example. Okay, so this is infinite language, no need to revise this particular point. Now here I am just trying to draw one diagram. Okay, so suppose this is a diagram. Throughout this TCS subject, we have to just draw such types of diagram. Okay, so exactly how to draw this type of diagram, that we'll discuss in our subsequent lectures. Okay, here I just want to introduce you some terms. Okay, in this diagram, circles See, in this diagram, circles are called as state. Okay. Then see, if before circle such type of arrow is there, if before circle such type of arrow is there, then that circle is called as initial state. Initial state. Okay, you just get familiar with this term. Okay, so initially see what I said. Before circle, if you get this type of arrow, then what I said, that is initial state, and now circles are called as what? State. Okay. Now if you get this type of structure, circle within circle, then that is called as final state. Okay, that's all. Okay, so here see what I said. Circles are called as state. If circle, before circle there is this type of arrow, then that is called as initial state. Okay. If circle within circle is there, then it is called as final state. Okay. If you get this type of arrow, then it is called as loop. It is called as loop. Okay. Now see here, this particular diagram is actually a finite automata. See, again, there are various types of finite automata. This is to be more specific, this is a deterministic finite automata. Okay, what is deterministic finite automata we'll discuss in detail, okay, in our subsequent lecture. Okay, but for now you just remember these points: state, initial state, final state. Then this type of structure is called as what? Loop. Okay. Now see what I said in my previous session. What is use of finite automata? This is a type of finite automata. Okay. In my previous lecture, what I said, what is use of finite automata? Finite automata is used to check whether given input string is present in given language or not. I want to repeat this particular statement. How to draw this particular diagram we will discuss later on. Okay, don't worry. But in my previous session, what I said, what is use of deterministic finite automata? Deterministic finite automata is used to check whether given input string is present in given language or not. Now see, this is whose deterministic finite automata? This is a else deterministic finite automata. Okay, means this is a DFA of this language. Which language? Language that starts with A. Okay, for every language it is having its own deterministic finite automata. For every language we don't have to draw same type of diagram. Okay, this DFA is of this language L, and this language represents what? This language represents all strings starts with what? Starts with A. Okay, this point we have already covered. Okay, now what I am saying, this deterministic finite automata is used to check whether input string. Okay, now let us assume one point. Let us assume one input string. Okay, so suppose now we are having one input string. See, this point is very important. Okay, if you get confused in understanding this particular point, then definitely you will find difficulty in understanding further problems. So try to understand this particular point logically. Okay, I am having this diagram. Then what I said, this is a DFA of this language. Then this language represents what? This language represents all strings starts with A. Okay, now what I am saying, suppose we are having one input string. Okay, let us assume any string. Okay, suppose A, B, B, A, B. I am having this input string. Okay, now as per our previous lecture, what I said, this is a DFA. So in previous lecture, what type of diagram we have discussed? here there will be FA, finite automata. So for finite automata, we will give language L, and then we'll give one input string. And what finite automata will give us, we'll check whether this input string is present in language L or not, and if it is present, then yes, otherwise no. This type of structure we have discussed in previous session. Now actually we have to verify this, okay, with the help of this example. Okay, now this is the input string that we have taken. Okay, now how to check whether this input string is present in this language using this DFA, okay. Now see how to check this. Initially what I said, this is the initial state, and this is what final state, and this is normal state. Okay, C is normal state because arrow is not there, double circle is not there, so C is normal, A is initial, and B is final. Why B is final? Because double circle is there. Okay, now our task is what? We are having this input string, okay, and with the help of this DFA we have to check whether this string is accepted by this DFA or not. Okay, now how to verify this? See, we have to first take first symbol from this string, first symbol A. Okay, now see, we have to always starts with initial state. There will be, always remember, in DFA there will be only one initial state present. Okay, so which initial state I have mentioned here? A is the initial state. Okay, so we have to always start with initial state, capital A. Let us capital. Okay, then we have to take first symbol from input string. Okay, so we are in initial state A, then we observe symbol A, small a. Okay, so when you are in initial state capital A, and if you observe small a, see here actually this is for small b. Okay, so when you are in initial state capital A, then how many arrows are given? There are 2 arrows. This one is for small a and this one is for small b. Okay, so when you are in initial state capital A, and if you observe small a, so why I have taken small a? Because in the input string first symbol is small a. Okay, so when you are in initial state capital A, and if you observe small a here, then you will be entering which state? You will be entering state B. Okay, then next, now we are in state B. Okay, then take down next symbol from input string. Now next symbol is what? This is small b, but currently now you are in which state? Capital B. Whenever you are in capital B, and see this is for what I said, A comma B. This single arrow will represent both A and B. So whenever you are in capital B and observe small b, then in which state you will enter? In same state. So here B. Okay, again take down next. Okay, again you are in B, here small b, you will enter in same state. So again here B, capital B. Okay, then now if you observe, say take down next A. Okay, so you have to repeat this process until and unless you are not completing this string, input string. Okay, so capital B, if you observe small a, then you will be in B only. Okay, and finally last B. Okay, so again you will be in B. You try to understand this particular point, okay, carefully. Okay, here see A, B, B, A, B. This is our input string. Okay, and then how I have mentioned, as I said earlier, always starts with initial state. So I have started with initial state capital A, and then I have taken a symbol one by one from input string, and then I am just observing in which state we are going to enter. Okay, now upon completion of this particular string, see B, our final last state is what? Last state is capital B. And initially what I said, capital B is what? It is a final state. Okay, and capital A in this case, in what I said, that is a initial state. Okay, so after getting a input string, when you start scanning it from initial state, at the end, if you are in final state, upon completion of this particular string, at the end, if you are in final state, then we can say that this particular string is accepted. Yes, this particular string is accepted by this particular finite automata. Okay, I hope you are getting this particular point. Okay, now let us take one more example. Okay, let us take one more example. Suppose let us take one more input string, so that your concept will get clear. Okay, now I am going to take input string BBA. Now I have to check whether this BBA is accepted by this finite automata or not. Okay, so if I have to check whether this BBA is accepted by this finite automata or not, then how to check? What I said, always starts with initial state. Okay, A, starting with initial state, then take down first symbol. So here small b. Okay, now whenever you are in capital A and if you observe small b, then your resultant state is what? It is C. So whenever you are in A, if you observe small b, then you will be in C. Okay, now we are in C. Now if you are in C, then take down next string. So next string is what? B. Okay, so when you are in C and observe B, then you are in C itself. So here resultant state will be C. Again take down next symbol, A. Okay, you are in C. If you observe A, then again you will be in C only. Okay, now see B, B, A. So input string is completed. Okay, now here see what happens in this case. When we take this string B, B, A, and when we start scanning this particular string from initial state, then we are ending in which state? We are ending in C only. Okay, but as per this diagram, as per this finite automata, C is not a final state. Okay, in earlier case our resultant state was what? The final state was what? B, and B was final state. Okay, our resultant state was B and we are ending in B only. That's why for this particular string AB, after scanning complete string, at the end we are in B and B was final, and because of that reason we say that AB was accepted by this. But when we take this example, when we follow same process, then starting with initial state B, we are in C, again B, we are in C. Okay, and again at the end A, we are in C. So our last state is what? C. But C is not a final state here. Okay, and because of that reason, we can say that this BBA is not accepted by given finite automata. Okay, so see, in this lecture we have just discussed one basic finite automata example. Then we discuss how to check whether input string is accepted by finite automata or whether input string is rejected by finite automata. Okay, I request you all to please, if you are not getting this particular point, please revise this particular point, because point is slightly complicated for understanding, but once you understand this, then you will not find any difficulty. Okay, so that's all for this session. If you find any difficulty in understanding any point, then you can ask your queries through comments, otherwise through our official WhatsApp group as well. Okay, so that's all for this session. Stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.